I want to start with our warm-up exercise to undo sitting posture. So think about the sitting posture and what's the opposite movement of the sitting. So sitting basically is, let me get my person again.
You've got to get a name for him or her.
This is, the person is this person's name.
I like that name.
The person.
That person. Okay.
This is that person. Okay.
How do you do?
How do you do? Okay, so think sitting, and this comes forward, so everything kind of goes forward. This kind of goes in. This is going to be bent, right? So that's your sitting position. So undoing is extending here, extending here. So basically this is undoing this. We are not going to get there today,
I
but
don't think so.
everything that is shortened, again, remember the muscle either shorten or tighten or contract and relax. So you need to, what's stretched out needs to be contracted, and what's being contracted needs to be stretched out or relaxed. Right? So let's start with standing. So let's clear out some room.
If everybody wants to mute, that would be good.
And let's see. Let's show you. Here. Okay. So this is seated, right? So you want to stretch this out. Stretch this. And when you're seated, this gets stretched out. This gets tightened. So you want to go the other way. So gently make sure you're holding on to something solid. Okay. Good posture. You want to straighten, tighten, right? And as you can't see my feet. So don't just lift your leg, but you are going to, you see on my flashcards. Sorry. Okay. So all you're going to do is you are going to slide your feet. Slide. As you do that, you're tightening your glute. Don't lift up yet. Just slowly crunch your butt. So by squeezing this, you feel the stretch here. Let's try. Go back, slide. So your foot is still touching. You can't quite see my feet, sorry. So it's here, still there. Okay. Let's do 10 times on one leg. Ready? Slide. 1, squeeze and release. 2, release. 3, 4. So you're making your glute muscle pull, move the leg going back. 6, 7, squeeze and release. 8, 9, 10. Switch. Other leg. Slide, gently slide and squeeze your glutes and back. Stand up tall. 2, 3. Don't use your back, but your glutes. 4, 5, 6, 7. Did we say we're going to do 10? We'll do 10. 8, 2 more. 9 and 10. Good. So since we're here, let's step back. And you want to get the back leg completely straight and also make sure the heel touches the floor. So if you're up here, remember you have to anchor one side and pull the other side to stretch. So you're stretching your calf muscle. You need to get your heel down, okay? And also you should feel the stretch in the front part of your leg. By lifting your chest up, you are increasing the stretch in front of your legs. So you are stretching your hip flexor, which is right here, and your calf at the same time. Okay. And you can go deeper if you need to, if you want to, if you feel like you can, if you feel comfortable doing. And when you go forward, make sure that your knee doesn't go beyond your toes. No good for your knee. So the deepest you can get here is right here, where your knee is sitting right on top of your ankle. So that's the deepest you can go. And you can lift your chest up if you can, if you're comfortable with. And that kind of stretches all this. Okay. And slowly switch to the other side. Make sure your heel is down, digging in, and push forward, not too far. And also, when you do that, make sure your hips are not turning. Hips are square and forward. Okay. Forward. Feel the comfortable stretch. Now go a little bit deeper if you are comfortable. And lift your chest up.
So you're holding the stretch.
Yes, you're holding the stretch. You're holding the comfortable stretch. And make sure you're breathing naturally. Okay. And come up slowly. And let's come back to sitting. So basically, when you are doing the stretching, you want to hold the comfortable stretch for about any time, anywhere between 10 to 20 seconds, right? You don't want to be bouncing. You don't want to be like holding it for 10 minutes. So, and when you're holding the stretch, comfortable stretch, you are breathing. And as you breathe out, you want to think about relaxing into that stretch. Okay. And you want to do maybe between 1 and 3 sets. So if it's like keeping the really comfortable long stretch for once, that's good enough. I mean, that's something. So any questions? I just wanted to show you that part. So you are stretching hip flexor, your calf, getting this all tall, opening the chest. Did it work good? Good.
Excellent.
Okay, very good. So basically it works with any kind of stretch. So you want to anchor one side and you want to pull. If you don't anchor this, it doesn't pull, right? So that's what the stretch is. You have to anchor, have to pull the other side. So always, whatever the muscle you're stretching, think about anchoring one side and stretching the other side. Okay. So leg lift, we did the leg lift. Okay, good. So I want to share another book that I want to share. And this is, if you're interested in learning more about the muscles and bodies and how does it look on the surface, because you see the anatomical, structure under the skin, but what does it look over the skin? So this is called Trail Guide to the Body. And this is actually, this was made for a massage therapist. So they are, and it's all in the drawing. And they talk about the mechanism, they talk about the anatomy and physiologies, all these, but also it's in details. I'd love to have an entire series of the surface anatomy with this book, but this is great. This also shows you how to access the certain muscle from the surface, from the skin. So this is, I love it. I can just sit and look at it and be happy. So, like the levator scapula, those are like the ones that it gets really tight. It's like commonly tight muscles, and they show you how to get to it. I love it. So just wanted to show you.
What about things that are out of your reach, like my own scapula?
I think you just kind of have to by using the muscles to move. And there are also like tennis ball, you can use tennis balls and stuff in lying, but those you kind of have to be careful. But there are different ways, do I have that one? A little ball. I like the pinky ball because they have the perfect balance of like solidness and softness. So these are like solid rubber ball, and it's called pinky ball. But so when you're lying, you can also use a tennis ball. I don't recommend golf ball. It's way too hard. So tennis ball or the pinky ball. You can use this against the wall, like, the bear scratch in the back. Or you can, it's good to do it on the bed because the surface of the bed is soft. So it kind of gives a little more, it's milder. So, that's when you're lying on this and just kind of going up and down, side to side. That's one way to access your back muscles and scapula, but make sure that you have no injuries or, bone issues, joint issues. I won't recommend it, but make sure, so be careful when you use them.
If we don't have any issues, we probably don't have any pain.
Well, you would have, because we live like this, so we do have some tightness in places. I think living, we're not always perfectly balanced, so I think we do have aches and pains.
Where do you buy the pinky ball?
Pinky ball, I buy it at OPTP. That's like the kind of like occupational therapy, physical therapy places. But
I'm sure Sports Basement, I'm sure that they.
each basement has it,
yeah,
and also
online.
rainbows carry this too.
And the other word is called Spalding. You know, it's like a Spalding. That's a New York word for it, for the pink ball.
Oh,
It's
but
a
if you go to pinky ball, I think that these are called pinky ball.
Yeah.
Because it's pink.
Thank you.
Sure. And you know the Theracane, I don't have Theracane, but those might be good too. But I don't really like to work on the back because our problem is not the tightness in the back, but more of a tightness in the chest. So when you work on the front part of the muscles, kind of it solves the back issue. Okay, so that's that. That's the book. So we're going to talk about the facial structure, bones and muscles. And I want to review the ear map, ear points, to just kind of give you some idea. And we're going to review the head massage with the eye exercise. Have any of you been trying to do the eye exercise? And then we are going to work on the foot. So the comparison with the internal organs and the foot reflexology diagram, and also compare that with the how the Chinese medicine view of the foot. Then we're going to talk about some foot health. So I am going to show you the slides. Week 9, you guys. Share screen. Share. Okay, good. There. Wait. There. Okay. Face, ear, and foot. Let me adjust the monitor. So you can see everybody, or most of you. Okay. So let's just look at the facial bones just to see what it is. So this is the frontal view. As you can tell, this is the side view. So, and we're not color coded, but this one's color coded so we can see these are all different muscles. So this is different from, so there's one bone here, there's one bone here, and there's 2 bones on the side, and this is like jaw in the back, occiput, and this is like top toward the back. So if you can see, so this is like the upper jaw to the nose, and this is the like the bridge of the nose, and this is like forehead to the top, and this sphenoid, this pink one on like the side of the temple that goes into behind your eyes. So that's connected. So that bone is connected to this bone. And right. So if you just, your cheekbone is kind of made of partially this front part of the bone and the zygomatic bone, which is more of this bone on the side. and this kind of becomes the other bone. So this cheek area is made of like 3 different bones. Okay. And this jaw, so let's move. So there's the jaw muscle is connected from this jaw area. So the jaw area, this goes here and goes under this arch, which is your cheekbone. This arch goes under and attached to the side. So that's kind of crazy. So if you can kind of go from, so on the side of your face, you have the cheekbone. Slide your fingers under the cheekbone. There's the muscles. And this is connected to your jaw. And it goes under this bone and connected to this area where your temple is. And on the side, it's all one muscle from here into this. Right? So let's go to the next one. So this guy, hey, back. So that's this muscle right here. Now, so this guy right here is connected to the jaw, goes underneath. Okay, so that's the side, and see how your head, top of the head, it's right here, doesn't really have the muscles. Those are a fascia. It's a fascia, so there's a connection. So between like the forehead area to the back of the head, these are all fascia. So see how working on the muscles, so muscles have more blood circulation, a lot of things circulate because it's like the meaty part, but how working on these muscles around on the side of the head, back of the head, and your forehead can affect entire fascia of the head, and from here all the way, and there's one entire fascia connects from the top of the head all the way down to your heel. So it's all one thing is related. So imagine there's one little tightness or one little kink on one end of the fascia or the connection, it affects, it's connected. Everything's connected.
Yeah, I've noticed this morning.
Yeah. You feel the connection? So that, I just wanted to give you the visual of what's happening in here. So, and now remember earlier, a couple weeks ago, we talked about the ear and the ear points. So ear points are used in many different therapies. Acupuncturists use it, but this is not quite, it's not like a traditional Chinese medicine, but there are, I think French scholar first studied the ear points, and then like Chinese medicine kind of caught up and hey, we do have actual ear points too. So that's why this is just so complicated. So this is very overwhelming if you look at it. So I cleaned it up. So this is all you kind of need to know. These are just the muscle, skeletal, and organ points. So remember how the ear points are kind of like upside down people. So this is the head area. And this So can you feel there's the ridge? So this is like the inside ridge, or the it's like the hard area in the inner part of the ear, right? We all have this. Outside, between outside and this outer part of this cartilage hard area, this is where your arms, upper limb area. So now we're gonna do, this is clavicle, which is this collarbone. So if you think about, so this is your, this is the ear hole, right? So if you go from the ear hole straight out, this is shoulder joint. See, so that's clavicle, goes out. So that's the shoulder joint. Actually, that's the shoulder joint. And there's another point called shoulder. And when you are treating using the ear points, you are, this is actually what you use. Can you see? It's a little probe. And this is like unique about the ear treatment is that you probe the ear point, so you have shoulder pain. So I would either kind of probe around like these area, and you're gonna have like really, really tender point, and that's like the point that you either needle or put the ear seeds on. We can, I mean, I don't need to go into too much about it, but that's, you will, like when you're doing the massage yourself, you might feel one part is more tender than the other part. Let me check the chat and use a darker pen. Oh, darker pen. Yes, sorry. Black. Okay. Shoulder joint. Is it better? So that's the shoulder. Shoulder. Okay. Then, so it's from upper part of the body to the lower part of, well, the upper part of the limb to the lower, more distal part of the limb. So the shoulder to, no, come back. Oh, sorry. I think it might have, okay. Black. Shoulder, so I would just say shoulder. And that's elbow. And that's wrist. Fingers. That makes sense. That's your arms. That part is the arms. So what about the legs? Legs are, I need to wear my glasses. Okay, so again, it's the torso that becomes your legs. So up here, this is the red okay? This is neck. This is neck. And goes down. This is chest. That's abdomen. And then, actually, this is like all kind of abdominal area. So that's abdomen, lower abdomen, abdominal area. Then the hip joint So this is hip. There's different knees. So again, so you want to kind of probe around it and see if there's any tender points for your knee issues. So then goes back to, so that's your toes. And that's the heel. So legs are like this. And the hip area. So this is the hip area, and that's the buttocks. So this is the rear part, and this is like the side and front part. So I just wanted to, I don't want to go into too much into depth, but I just want to give you some idea of where. So these ridge is the leg, starts from the neck down to the distal, down to the foot. The outside, this is where the valley, right? So that's your arm, upper limb, from shoulder to the fingers. So now your head. So this is the head. Just know this is the head. And since this is the neck, so, and that's the occiput. So this is like the back of the neck, side of the neck, kind of upper part of the shoulder area. So that's where we normally have the tightness, or sometimes you might have occipital headache. So that's a good, probably the most useful point to know, to see if you could massage this area and see if that eases your neck and shoulder, right? Because it's, so I guess neck and shoulder, so you might want to go up here, right? So that's the neck and shoulder area, right? And inside of, so there's the innermost area of the ear. So this is concaved, right? This is like the deeper part of the ear. So this is all the internal organ area. So again, it's upside down. So, and here's the middle, right? So this part is the upper. So you have the heart is right in the middle. The lungs surrounds it. So heart, lungs, and this is like the stomach area. And so stomach, heart and lung. And this is all lower abdominal. Okay, I think that's a good, so lower abdominal, also this area, it's called triangular fossa because it's a triangular and it has a little fossa. This is the pelvic cavity area. And one thing that you should know is you do not want to stimulate the triangular fossa if you're pregnant, if you're, treating somebody pregnant, because it's just, you don't want to mess with the pelvic area with the pregnant person. That's the only thing you should know. Any questions? Just know it's upside down. Outside is the arms. Kind of inside is the leg. And, the spinal column. Let me go back.
Who is the back?
So the back, the spine area. I want to go back to, I'm going to go back to this guy. Okay, the spine. So the meaty part of the So this is where the spine is, right here on the interior edge of this hard part in the middle. Okay, so this is the neck part. So, and this is about the neck cervical vertebrae, and so middle part is the abdomen. So a little bit lower. Again, it's upside down. So this is the head. Sorry. Head, foot, right? So this is the neck part. This is the thoracic, upper back, upper mid back. And this is low back. And this is the sacrum. Okay. So did you get some idea about what the ear is? So
How do you spell fascia?
F-A-S-C F-S-S-S-C. No, there's S's and C.
Fascia.
Thank you. I have to write it fast. Yeah. F-A-S-C-A. Yeah?
No, isn't there a CH?
Fascia. No?
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's an H in there. Okay.
that's right.
So if you cook meat, if you have, the little like thin white stuff that is like it wraps outside of the meat, that's fascia.
Ah, now I understand. Thank
Yes.
you.
Now you have the visual.
Yeah.
Yes. And let me, and you still see my see me, right? Next to you with the slide. So just to show you, hope you're okay with like human stuff. Yes, it's just not too graphic, I hope. Okay, so this, can you see this long thing? This is the head. This is the heel. And that's all one in fascia. It's all connected.
Wow.
Came out of a person.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So cervix. So this is back of the, can you see? This is back of the head, the neck, the costal. So that's all along the spinal cord. I mean the spinal muscles. And that's the SI, hamstrings, knees, gastrocs, like Achilles tendon to the heel. And this is it's just a really hard book. I just have to, it's called Anatomy Trains. And this is all talk about fascia. It's a myofascial meridians. And I bought this and I haven't like read deeply into it, but I thought it's really interesting. And because some of the meridians of Chinese medicine and also the channels, and they also, Chinese medicine channels also have the muscle meridians and other minute low connecting meridians and all kind of I thought it's interesting, and some of the meridians are related to the fascia. So
Hmm.
but I'll let you know how this goes. It's not gonna, I mean, it's gonna be a while, but I thought it was interesting. Okay, now
On that diagram, Akiyo,
Mhm.
the ear, it says foot, and then the other end of the arrow is what? Head?
head.
Thank you.
Heat.
Okay, well, you never know.
Oh, well, sorry. Head, which, and that's eyes. Ooh, come back. Come back. So
So when we get our ears pierced, does that do anything to anything?
no, I think I thought about the same thing too. I think when you at the instance when you're piercing it, I think it's doing something. But once it's healed, I mean, it's not like you're constantly. So this is where you normally have your earring is the eye area, but it's not like you're constantly stimulating the eye point. I think once when you have it pierced, it might be doing something, but no.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's review that we did the simplified ear map. Let's do the head massage with eye exercise, and then we'll take a break and we talk about internal organs and the foot stuff. Okay, so the head stuff. So remember that little jaw area. So we're gonna work on the scalp today because everything's connected. So when you work on, let's do the eyebrows up and ears and up. Okay, then we'll do the eye exercise. So when you do, so make sure you're not scratching it, but you are using don't use your nail. It's the soft part of your fingers. You are gently sinking into the meaty part, right? And then do the massage. So it's not doing this, but pushing, and you're moving. You want to feel your head moving, and also working here, you feel the facial muscle and skin moving. Okay. Oh, let's start with the ear, since we talked about the ear. Just squeeze, start from the head, go up. This is like the neck area, and outside the shoulder, and go up. I have ear C's. And go along and go inside here. I have my ear. So you want to go to like these points.
Maybe you can take your screen share off so we can see that bigger.
Oh, is it? Okay, is it too small? Hold on. Stop share. How's that?
Wait.
Better?
Yes.
So first we just started here, right? Outside. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. All the way in, right? Then, so you want to go to this kind of hardened part in the middle. So you want to squeeze here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Maybe I don't know if you can see me.
This is shoulders?
So shoulders are right around here,
Okay.
right? And this area right here, this is like the hip, lower back area. Right here. Can you see? This is the head. So if you get all around here on the top, get the middle ridges, and get this area, you're gonna get all over like muscle skeletal system. Yeah? Okay, so now, okay. Now let's work on,
I have a
So-
question.
yes, go ahead.
So when you're working on these areas, should you be able to be feeling those corresponding parts of your body respectively?
You might.
Because I don't. At least I can't tell.
Do you have any tightness?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
So you should feel it. Or let's
Might
say if you have a
feel it.
headache.
You might feel it, or you might like focus on the corresponding area, and maybe you feel better afterwards.
Okay.
I have the ear Cs on my. Have you guys seen this? These are called ear Cs, and I don't know if you go to acupuncturist, and sometimes they send you with. This is like a little sticker bandage with the C's, and I have it because I had the SI joint area issue. Can you see? So it's like sticks onto this, and you get it on a couple days, and you just keep squeezing that area.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's called ear C's, but same concept. This is a little milder version, but it won't hurt. So we did the area. Jana, oh, cool. Okay, so top of the ears. So starting from this bony part, right? So your cheekbone kind of goes into your ear hole.
Welcome everyone. Happy.
Push in. So push in first, gently. Then you're moving the skin. Circle. So you go up and back. Up and back. So make sure you're spreading your fingers along like the whole kind of upper part of the ear on top of the ear. Okay, so make sure you're not shrugging. Make sure your chest is up and relaxed. Okay, nice and easy. And remember that a big muscle when we're talking about kind of spreads on the side of the head, it starts right here. So we're just going to go up a little on the same muscle, push in again and again, up, back and down, up, back and down. Okay. One more time. It's kind of like the edge of that muscle. Push in, up, back, down. Okay, now front part. So fingers above your eyebrows. It's a very thin muscle, so be gentle. Push in and give a gentle, like shakes. It's like so very so slight. Push in and give a little shake, 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 shake. Move up. Little shake, shake, shake. It's very small, very gentle. Go up, almost to the hairline. And now, right on your hairline, push in and do a circle up and over, right? Up and over. And you should feel your scalp moving, your face moving. Okay, so don't slide your fingers, right? So it's not like this, but you're moving. So your fingers should move a lot, but you should feel the movement of your skin. That makes sense? Okay. There. And you can just kind of give a random overall top of the head squeeze if you would like. Okay. Remember the eye exercise. So it's the muscle, okay? So don't use your head, right? And you're going to start from, just keep your head steady, look up and down first, okay? So we're going to do 5 times. Go up, down, 2, up, down, 3, up, down, 4, up, down, 5, up, down. Okay, now side to side, side to side, to side to side, 3, side to side, 4, side to side, last one, 5, side to side. Okay, I'm going to do circles. I'm going to go down, side, up, side, down. Go slowly 5 times. Start from the side, either way, either side. Okay, go side, come around, down, side, up, side. 1, second time around, and up, side, and third, down, side, up, side. Number 4, down, side, and circle, up, side. Number 5, down, side, up, side. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. Go to the other side and down, side, up, side. Number 2, down, side, up, side. Number 3, down, side, up, side. Number 4, down, side, up, side. Number 5, down, side, up, side, and relax. Maybe close your eyes and relax. Or you could do a close and open, relax. Okay, now remember looking, so look at the furthest, make wherever the furthest in your room, there's one spot, and have a finger in front of you, just kind of extend a little bit. I don't know, about 12 inches. Okay. So you're going to go, you look straight to that, look finger and look out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 4 more. In, out, in, out, in, out. 1 more. In, out. Next time, you're going to go a little bit further out as far as you can get. Keep looking at your finger. Go in. Do the cross-eyed. And out. Keep looking at your finger. Follow the finger. Out 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and relax. Let's roll your shoulders. And keep looking forward, chin down, chest up, and chin up. 1 more, chin down, look up, and forward. Ear to your shoulder. And switch ear to your shoulder gently. 1 more each way. And side. Okay, now chin over one shoulder to one side. The way. Switch 1 more each way. And switch. Okay. Now let's take a very quick break, but we're gonna work on your feet. So either be on the floor comfortably or have 2 chairs, and so you could, if you can reach your feet, that's great. If that's hard, there's always different options. So we're going to be working on your feet with your hands. So have a towel and take a break. Be back in, it's 5:10, so be back in 5:15, please.
Akiyo, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Just going back to the ears.
Please. Yeah, go ahead.
So sort of the corollary to feeling the body part when you're at a sensitive part, the corresponding part in your ear, would also that part of your ear feel more sensitive when applying pressure if, let's say, you were working on the back and you press on the part of the ear that's the back, would that be more sensitive when you press on your ear? Does that make sense? The answer would be yes.
When you're working on the back point, your ear, would you feel it on your back?
But would your ear feel it more? Would it feel more sensitive on that part of your ear as well?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, if you have a back issue, if you're working on your ear,
yeah,
most likely you feel tenderness in that
right.
point. Yes.
Okay, got it.
And that's how actually it's the indication of that where to look for the point with the, when when your acupuncturists look for the ear points, we use the probe to press on the thing, and there's like certain point you go like you jump, and that's that's
And you know you got the right spot.
yeah, and that's where you needle or put the C's on to send you home with.
Thank you.
All right, so let me.
Akiyo?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about a friend that I was emailing recently, and it sounded like she could probably use some stretching too, because she can't walk right now because she's gonna have her hip replaced, whatever. But anyway, it's too late to join this class, right? Or is it?
No. I think you can always join.
Yeah, because I noticed you said you were in the 9th class now, and I thought, well, so that's like, even if she started next week, that's 9 classes she hasn't had.
Yeah, but we have what? We still have like this is a 15-week series, and we talk about different stuff. So the rest of the class will be more like moving and more muscle skeletal stuff and self massage technique and stuff. So it might be a good time to join for her.
Yeah, and something like the head exercise could be just fine. It
Right,
wouldn't-
right, and the hip area on the knee, on the ear, or and the foot exercise can work on the hips too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and tell her about it then. Yeah, because I just thought maybe we were too far to have someone start in, but I
And
was a little.
some of the seated leg exercise might be a good kind of prep exercise because you want to build the muscles before you go into the surgery. As long as it doesn't, if she's in too much pain, then she shouldn't. But some
Yeah. No,
exercise.
that's a good point because she should strengthen whatever she's got.
Yep.
Because
Yep,
if she
exactly.
can't even walk right now, then she's not you're gonna have good muscles when she gets out.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll
Sure.
mention it.
Sure.
You
Are
can
we
lead off.
Are we all back? I want to, before I have the picture of the foot reflexology map, and those are not a Chinese medicine, but I think it's interesting to see because it kind of mirrors what our internal organ system is. So I just want to review the internal organs and what's on the left and what's on the right, and basically that's what happens on that. What's kind of it's projected on the feet. So this is the left side. It's the right side, and even though you're looking at it, it's like you're turned, you're facing this person. So and so here's the heart. So lungs, 2 lungs. The heart is more toward the left side of the body, right? Normally. There's, depends. And the liver is huge. It's kind of on the right side, but it kind of spreads across the both side of the body. So liver is big. The stomach is right here. Stomach is more on the left side of the body, kind of curves on the left side. And the gallbladder is attached to the liver on the side of the liver, but on the right side, right? So this is how it is. And kidney, we have 2 kidneys, so on the both side. And remember, if you were here on the earlier part of the Chinese medicine internal organ system to the biomedicine stuff. So Chinese spleen is different from our regular spleen. So the Chinese medicine spleen is actually more like the pancreas, which is the part of the digestive stuff. The spleen is more like a immune system. So there's digestive stuff. So that's the pancreas. And small intestine is all it's in here. So the stomach goes to the small intestine. It's connected to small intestine. And then the large intestine goes from here. So there's appendix. Large intestine goes up, go across, down, and it's down, goes down. So the kidneys are what filters blood, and it's connected to the urinary bladder, and that's where the waste goes and be stored, and it goes outside. So the urine goes from the urinary bladder, and feces goes out, and stool goes out of the large intestine into the rectum to outside world. Okay, so just kind of roughly know where is what and on which side. Okay, any questions?
Akiyo, I have a question about the diaphragm.
Uh-huh.
Where is it sitting if we looked down at our chest?
Diaphragm is right here, right underneath the lungs.
Okay. Between the lungs and the liver?
And the liver, yeah. And liver, stomach. So this is the liver, that's the stomach, and that's the diaphragm.
Okay. Thank you.
So now the foot. And this diagram is available online. So you could just type in foot reflexology. There's all kind of diagram. So basically, so both feet put together, and this is the head area, and this is the midline of the body, right? So head, brain, neck, and I don't know why they have sinuses, but I guess those are the sinus points where your fingers, where your toes are connected to your foot. That's the base of the toes are sinuses, and eyes and ears. So it looks like this is like the facial area. Okay. On both side, on the pinky toe side is the shoulder, right? That's the head. This is the neck. So that's the arm. So that's the shoulder area. So, and look, there's the diaphragm, right? So There's the diaphragm. Diaphragm is basically what divides the above diaphragm is the chest cavity area. Below diaphragm is the abdominal cavity, right? So lungs on the both side. So that's the lungs here, and the heart, right? It's more towards the left side. So it's kind of like where you the metatarsal area is the chest, right? So that's the heart. Then kidneys, well, actually liver, like we said, it's the entire, so the arch of the foot is like here. So the upper part of the arch area, so that's the liver. On this side, there's the gallbladder, right? On this side is the stomach. And on kind of toward inner arch, right? There's the kidney, there's the urinary system, kidney and bladder, right? And the colon, remember how the colon kind of have the ascending, transverse, and descending, right? So that's how it is, right? This is ascending. This pink area, that's the transverse.
Oh, wow.
Ascending, right?
My word.
So that's your intestine. And the small intestine is like right in the middle, kind of all kind of crunched in. So this is the small intestine here. Large intestine is outside, right? Outside and down. And sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve is the big nerve, goes through, starts from the lower part of your sacrum, which is like the base of your spine, and goes through your glute muscle, goes straight down to your legs. That's why when you have sciatica or pseudosciatica, when the sciatic nerve is impinged, you have a pain on your buttocks area, and the numbness goes down your legs, right? So this is what color do we go? So this is the bottom part of us. So pelvis, buttocks, and here is sciatic nerve. And I don't know if you have a sciatic nerve issues that you like, if this massaging in this area might help. I don't know. But that's, any questions? Do you kind of see where everything is? So outside of the shoulder, inner part of the legs, or the middle part, and just know the metatarsal area, right? So this is the chest area, which is the metatarsal. It's like the bones. Bones of the front part of the foot is the chest area, and the arch area is the below diaphragm and small intestine area, and the heel is the pelvis and buttocks. Okay.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
If you have kind of messed up feet, like they kind of gotten beaten up by being in different kinds of shoes and wrong kind of exercise and stuff like that, then that's probably not a good thing for the rest of you, right?
Well, it is. There, if you do a foot care, like if your feet are messed up because you wore a high heel, 7-inch high heel for like 20 years, you might have bunion, you might have this and that, because it's all coming from your toes are like stuck together, and your foot muscles are not exercised or stretched. So I think it's helpful if we could start kind of warming up those muscles and mobilize those muscles. That answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay. So make sure, if we all have could have arthritis or bunions or broken toes. So make sure nothing, again, with everything what we do, and nothing should hurt. So if it's painful, just go easy or just warm it, rub it. Okay. So, and you know about the toe separators? Like when you go to pedicure, they stick, tissues in between your feet
Yeah.
to spread your feet so you can, paint your toes. But that's not that's not the only way, only useful thing about the toe separators, because our toes supposed to be separated. Because just recently that we decided to wear shoes and keep all our toes stuck together and not moving individually, but our, as you can see in the muscle structure and bone structure, they can all move independently. And when how when you walk on the beach is how it's beneficial to your feet, and also it's connected to your knees, to your hips, and to, as we all saw it, and it's by using the toe area, it's beneficial. So by training your feet, training your toes to be separated is very beneficial. So if you look, this is the Chinese medicine map. I'll skip that. We'll talk about it next week. So if you Google toe separators, there are all kinds of toe separators, right? So this is what you see in the pedicure place. It just goes in between your toes. They are like gel ones, they are silicone ones, and sometimes when you have like overlapping toes, they kind of put podiatry or the foot health issues. They might have toe separated between certain toes. So, or you could just, how some of the, sometime when, what they do at the pedicure place is the tissue paper, right? They stick those tissue papers in between your toes. So if you're not used to having your toes separated, try putting stuff in. So now let's just go over, let's just unshare and look at our toes. Okay, so we are running out of time, so we could just start and we'll continue next week. But have your toes and a towel ready. Let's see. I think I should go. Okay. Can you see? Can you see my foot?
Yes,
So,
somewhat.
yes, you can see. So, if you can reach, that's great. If you can't, here's a paper towel or tissue paper. You could try to, if you're not used to sticking stuff in between. This is what they do at the pedicure place, but this is actually great. So you could do this. You can get the toe separators, or if you can, collapse your hand and feet. So you're going to do this, but you're going to do one hand, one foot. So index finger between big toe and middle toe. No, the second toe. Can you do this?
Oh.
don't do it if you can't do it. Just think about putting stuff in between your toes to just kind of train your
Right.
Okay, so that's something you can kind of start thinking about. Okay. And we can do this later, but we could do a little circles. But before we get to that, get your towel, wrap your foot, and all you're gonna do is gently push forward and see. See, there's a foot knuckle. This part of the foot, that's the knuckle. So you're doing this to just be gentle and warmer. So you're just gonna do forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. If you can't reach your toes, all you're gonna do is try to make a fist with your foot and back. Close and open. But you could just do this. Then you feel there are separations, right, in between your toes. And can you try to like wiggle your toes? Can you do that? So let's just do something simple. Okay, so wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just wiggle your toes. So that's one thing. And by wiggling, so close, open. So between wiggling and closing and opening, we should be able to grab stuff with our toes, right? So I am gonna, let's see. So can you see my foot? Okay, so put the towel lengthwise under your toes. So it's great if you have a long ones, and kind of fold at the end so you have a little bit of a thickness underneath. Okay? And you're going to spread your toes, or like, just kind of get used to wiggling. All you're going to do is start pulling that towel towards you. Grab and pull. Grab and pull. Grab and pull. Grab and pull. How's that? Is it working?
Yes.
Good. So don't use the leg to pull, right? It's just your toes. Grab and pull. So if you can spread your toes wider, you can grab more. Grab and pull. So you're grabbing and pull.
Akiyo,
Yeah.
Akiyo, does that give you hammer toes?
That shouldn't give you a hammer toes. That is just warming up the muscles around your feet area.
Okay.
Is it painful?
No.
Okay.
But I have some hammer toes, but it's not painful.
Okay, good. So be gentle, but kind of start working, getting used to doing this with your feet.
Gotcha.
Okay. How'd you guys do?
I can't pull it up. Let's see. I guess the towel's a little too thin, huh? Maybe I could have a thicker towel. I can grab a little
Yeah.
better.
So if you can like start rolling up a little bit on the edge, so
Mhm.
you can like grab it a little better.
okay.
And also,
Okay.
if you have a carpeted floor, it may not slip.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
try it on the but it's if you haven't done it, it is difficult.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw you a new kind of exercise to do.
I can pick it up. I can pick up the towel.
Ah, yeah, but try grabbing and pulling, and try the entire length of the towel. So start with the short towel. All right.
Bye
So
bye, everybody. I gotta go.
okay. So do your play with it. Play with it and think about the foot, and look up the reflexology map and think about your foot.
Okay.
Any questions? Are we good?
Mhm.
Thank you.
So we're gonna do more foot exercise stuff, more face stuff, and there was something we were gonna work on. I forgot. More
Our
ears.
eyes.
The strengthening, or if you anything that you want to work on, or you want to know.
This feels like it helps exercise the arch too.
Yes, it does. It does. Yes, exactly. So that it's the muscle that it's pull the arch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Feels good. Thank you all.
Thank you, Akiyo. See you next week.
Thank you.
We're gonna do
Bye-bye.
feel good stuff next week.
See everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. You.
Good session.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Sunday.
And
You
happy
too,
Thank
Jen.
you. Loved it. See you.
Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year.
Oh, that's right. Today's a new year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay.
Happy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Akiyo.
Thank you.
Guys.